And inside the locker room, everyone trying to lock in, get mentally ready for another hard-fought NBA battle. Greetings and thanks for ending your Monday on 2K Sports with some NBA hoops. I'm Brian Anderson. With me tonight, Grant Hill and Richard Jefferson, with Allie LaForce joining us courtside. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Jaylen Brown.
Well, his scoring has dipped over the last few seasons, and sometimes that can be cause for concern. But it doesn't always tell the full story. You have to consider his role, his usage, as well as the other ways he contributes to the team.
Here are the five for the Suns. Filling out the wings, it's going to be Booker and Brooks. Royce O'Neal is out there with Williams. And it's Gillespie in at the point guard position. And for Boston, White and Brown are the wingmen. Nikola Vucevic is out there with Jason Tatum. And it's Pritchard in at the point. And as the regular season winds down, some teams must be concerned about their seeding, Grant.
Yeah, B.A. For teams still on the bubble, just getting into the postseason is the concern. For the top teams, seedings are huge. They want as many home games as possible.
Continuing to get better at facilitating Booker with a dime.
Pritchard, the pass to White. Right side Tatum, launches it. Williams grabs the board. And Brooks has got the ball here for the Suns. And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
I caught up with Coach Joe Mazzulla. There is a clear game plan that Coach has in mind for Devin Booker tonight. He told me, quote, Devin doesn't respond well to getting doubled. You can't do it every time because he'll pick you apart, but we'll send the extra man his way more than once. That I can guarantee. B.A., back to you.
Okay, good stuff. Thank you, Allie. So it's Boston now. After the basket by Phoenix on the other end. Tatum, shot is good.
An accurate shooter from distance. Tatum's teammates want him to keep looking to pull the trigger.
Here's Booker. Goes up and lays it in nice and easy.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
Now here's Pritchard. And right now, he's currently putting up 6.5 points per game.
He's got a great sense of timing on the pick and roll. When Tatum makes his move, it's decisive.
And last season, Grant, the sale of the Celtics franchise for $6.1 billion. It seemed like a lot at the time.
Well, yeah, that was until the Lakers sale hit 11 digits last summer, B.A. But in both cases, basketball decision-making doesn't change right away. In the case of the Celtics, the governorship doesn't transfer until 2028.
Picked by Vucevic. Pritchard, the pass to Vucevic. And stolen by Williams. Brooks outside. Booker against White. Williams, a screen on White. To the paint. And Williams gets the bucket on the assist by Booker. Williams has got 6.
5 out of 5 to start things off. They certainly seem to be in a good rhythm.
Picked by Vucevic. Tatum drives in. It's good. He's got 7. The Suns lead by 3. Up top, Booker. He's guarded by White. Booker, pass to Gillespie. Booker against White. From down in the low post, it goes. Booker's got his 3rd basket on the night right there. And so Joe Mazzulla decides to call a timeout. He'll take the opportunity to regroup.
Make some noise.
Let's use this break to recognize your Western Conference Player of the Week, Devin Booker.
When you think about everything he's done on the offensive end, he's more than deserving of this award. He put his team on his back when it came to putting points on the board.
1:56 left in the first. Picked by Vucevic. To the middle. And Vucevic slams it in.
That's just an aggressive finish by Vuce. Once he gets strong inside positioning, he's looking for the finish.
The Suns lead by 3. Outside Booker. Pass to Gillespie. Three-pointer, Brooks. Gets the 3 ball to go.
An outstanding first quarter from the field.
And so it's Brown with it. He brings it up for the Boston Celtics. There's Tatum with the 3. His 4th make in 5 tries. Solid start for him.
And even though they're down, it's not on him. He's been lights out on offense for them this quarter especially.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. Well, Devin Booker grew up in Grand Rapids, Michigan, but around age 15, he moved to Moss Point, Mississippi to live and train with his father. Booker said, quote, "I understood the goal and I just embraced the culture and the inner city. They took me in. It was a really important time, and it was good for me." Back over to you, Brian.
Thanks a lot, Allie.
Getting physical on the glass and getting a bucket, that's what Vooch does.
There's 39 seconds left in the first. Brooks from outside. Tatum pulls it in. Celtics trail by 3. Brown with it. Now guarded by Booker. Outside Tatum. Picked by Vucevic. Beyond the arc. Vucevic controls the rebound and the putback. Vucevic has got 6.
Well, Vucevic has finished a couple times in the top 10 of offensive boards, in part because of his feel for the game.
And Booker puts up a deep 3. Here's Williams. 1 second left. The first quarter all wrapped up, and it's been an exciting game so far. Phoenix out in front. They're up by 1. And we'll bring you the start of quarter number 2 when we return. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter. We'll see what happens here in the second. All right, guys, what do you think so far on the offensive approach for Phoenix?
I've really been impressed with how aggressive they've been inside, looking to capitalize from the paint whenever they can.
Yeah, also, you got to appreciate how unselfish they've been. I mean, the ball movement has been impressive, and the assist numbers are off the chart.
On the court right now for the Suns, we've got Green, and it's Iguodala in at the 5, down low.
He knew exactly where his man was going to be. Outstanding lead pass.
The Suns trailing. And here's Green from the arc. Shireman grabs the board. On the wing, Hauser. Lays it up and banks it in. Hauser's got his first points of the night.
They're punishing those late defensive rotations, getting good looks inside throughout the half.
The dime-dropping ability of Green. I love it when he looks for his teammates and gets them involved.
The Celtics shooting has been ridiculous. 75% in this game. Pass to Garza. Fires the 3. It's rebounded by Goodwin. Well, the Suns shooting almost 70% from the floor. Sensational. And you watch Jalen Green, the second pick of the 2021 draft. He is built to score, Richard.
Yeah, he's a terrific shooter. Moves easily around the floor. And his ability to make mid-air adjustments, yeah, that's something different.
Count it. 1 for 1 to start the game.
He's a go-to guy for them because he's that consistent. Time and time again, he delivers.
And so Joe Mazzulla decides to call a timeout. I think right now he might be looking at some adjustments.
Right now, it's Sunday Entertainment.
Some changes for Boston. Jaylen Brown comes in for Garza, and it's White in for Shireman. Phoenix also changing it up. Dylan Brooks checked in for Dunn. Devin Booker comes in for Goodwin, and Gillespie is subbed in for Green. Second quarter of action, about a minute and a half played. Here's Pritchard, still without a bucket. To the inside. Queta gets the bucket. And Grant, in recent years, we've seen the pace of the NBA game increasing.
Yeah, it stagnated in the 90s, but it is back. We're still not at the frenetic pace of the 1960s when we'd see over 120 possessions a game. But the efficiency is at an all-time high.
And it's Brooks missing. And so it's Pritchard who brings up the ball for Boston. They defeated Washington in their last game.
Talk about strong offensive production. They went out, played to their strengths, and were successful as a result.
And no team is going to shoot 50% every night, but this team has the right approach. When the shots are falling, they can light it up.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
Yeah, as soon as these guys feel contact, they are just disappearing like they're not even there. You gotta show some fire and keep defending.
Boston's gotten 3 of their 7 threes to find the net in this matchup. They set the screen. Three-pointer, Pritchard. The putback. Oh, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Celtics lead by 3.
And force-feeding the ball inside. I mean, no reason to go away from what's working.
And so the timeout by Jordan Ott here. He might have seen something and needs to review with his guys. Phoenix. Williams comes in for Iguodaro, and it's O'Neal in for Allen. Now for those joining us now, we're in the second quarter, about 3 minutes gone by. Booker, the pass to Williams, and Williams punches it home.
Oh, just an artful little reverse slam.
Power and style, that was sweet. Pritchard with it. He's scoreless. Hauser can't get it to go. Richard, the journey is unique for everybody. That's certainly the case with Royce O'Neal.
Yeah, after playing at 2 different universities and then going undrafted, he played 2 years overseas in Germany and Spain, and then he finally signed with an NBA team that has not looked back.
Here's Brown. After the basket by Phoenix on the other end. A minute 15 left in the first half. And here's what Phoenix's schedule looks like. On Tuesday, they'll be matching up with Anthony Edwards and the Minnesota Timberwolves. Then on Thursday, they'll take on Victor Wembanyama and the San Antonio Spurs.
One way you could look at this difficult stretch against some of the best in the league, it's a tremendous chance to prove to the league just how good your team is. It could provide a huge statement.
That one's off. Jason Tatum, he's checked in for Boston. And he's good on the second. The Suns have gotten 5 of 7 shots to fall in the second.
He's been playing great, unselfish basketball, really putting the rock in the hands of the right shooters.
His court vision has been on display in this one. He's doing a tremendous job just orchestrating the offense beautifully.
Phoenix has gone 1 for 3 from downtown here in the second. Pass to Gillespie. Let's go with a 3. 2 shots, 2 makes. Off to a good start.
He drops yet another dime, just facilitating this offense like a maestro.
Brown inside. Brooks on him. Brown, no good.
Look, the defense was locked in on him there. They know how dangerous he can be, and they guarded him perfectly.
Booker for 3. Boston with a rebound. They went to Phoenix for their last meeting with the Suns. Came out with a victory.
Yeah, they connected from outside all game, and the defense had absolutely no answer for it.
And you talk to coaches around the league, and they'll tell you sometimes the ball just goes in. It's as simple as that.
There's Tatum with the 3. Buried from outside. I don't know. I think we may get a review here. That was close. Well, these teams are going to have...
The previous play is under review.
And see if he got it off in time.
A tough call to make in real time. I mean, good thing they can go and slow it down and look at it again, because this is so important.
After the review, the ruling on the floor is overturned.
So the replay was conclusive. Call overturned. Grant, that one's going to count.
And BA, you can argue against replay all you want, but at the end of the day, you want it to be a level playing field. You want the call to be correct.
And so a close game as we wrap up the first half of play. The Suns on top. They lead by 2. And we'll be right back after halftime for the start of the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
Welcome, one and all. Before we hear Kenny and Shaq's insights on that first half, let's look ahead and check out the upcoming schedule.
And that game against the Warriors. On paper, these teams are pretty even. So what will be the determining factor there, Ernie? I'm not sure, but they got to avoid mental errors.
Shaq, you agree with Kenny?
Not on most things, but this case, yeah,
maybe.
Yes.
It took you too long.
And time to switch gears. The Suns are in a close one after the first half of play.
Talk about putting yourself in a position to succeed. They've executed, and they're taking good shots.
Playing just the way it's drawn up, and let's credit their game planning as well. And that's a wrap on halftime. Thanks for watching as we send you back to BA to call the second half.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, this second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams trying to gain an edge. And you know, Jason Tatum, he's been really making it happen, guys.
Yeah, they've done an amazing job of creating room to operate for him. And then, of course, executing.
I like how they came into this one with a game plan, and they're just going out and executing it. Terrific job.
Boston's gone 4 of 9 so far from the perimeter. Their backcourt, Pritchard and White. At the forward spots, the talented pair of Brown and Tatum. And it's Vucevic in at the center position. And that's the group for Joe Mazzulla as we begin the second half. 5 to shoot. There's Tatum with the 3. The Suns clear it. Williams has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's O'Neal. Oh, and a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
And plays like that one can make the difference in a close game.
And it definitely got the bench on their feet, too.
And you can feel the jolt of energy that he sent through his team. That is a huge boost in a tight game like this.
And Phoenix has possession, following the bucket by the Celtics. Here's Brooks. Pass to Williams. It goes again. His 6th basket in 7 tries.
The defense couldn't collapse quickly enough.
Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. You know, Richard, when you think about work rate, Dillon Brooks and the effort with which he plays comes to mind.
Yeah, we created statistics based on effort. Oh, Dillon Brooks would be one of the guys on the top of the list. Energy exerted, contact plays, bumps. He does everything to agitate the offensive player.
And so the timeout by Jordan Ott here. He's going to talk it over with his guys.
All right, fans, give it up for Celtics Entertainment.
And time for us to look in at the best three-point shooting teams in the second half of the season. Number 1, the Celtics.
As the season has gone on, the ball has gone in more and more. You like the trend. They're in a terrific rhythm offensively.
First minute and a half of basketball played here in the third quarter. Pass to Brooks. Here's Gillespie, defended by Pritchard. Shot is good by Gillespie. Gillespie's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
And this has been a nice start to the second half. They're 3 out of 4 in a rhythm on the offense right now.
Tatum from long range. And again, Boston with the triple.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
And Brooks has got the ball here for Phoenix. And following this one, they'll take on the Timberwolves in Minnesota. They're deep into a 6-game road trip. This is number 5, Booker. Boston pulls it in. It's Brown on the wing. Second half of play here with just under 2.5 minutes passed. Tatum a screen on Brooks. And here's Brown for 3. Williams grabs the board. Williams has got 6 rebounds now in the game. Unloads. And it's Brooks missing.
Well, the defense was fortunate. That was a good look from mid-range. He just was trash.
Outside, Brown. And unable to get the go-ahead bucket there. The Suns have gotten 3 of 6 shots to fall so far in the third.
2 minutes remaining in the third.
Gillespie passes to Williams. Brooks outside. 6 on the shot clock. And the Suns miss again. Boston has gone 2 for 5 from 3 since halftime. Brown looking around. Down low. Oh, Brooks with the steal. It's Booker on the wing. Back to Brooks. Some nice ball movement by Phoenix. Booker finds Brooks. Outside Booker. From the top of the key. Yes, on the jumper. Booker's got 8 points.
No, he's been locked all the way in from the floor, and he's the number 1 reason why they're winning right now.
And so Joe Mazzulla decides to call a timeout. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. Hauser, he's checked in for White. Phoenix also changing it up. Allen comes in for O'Neal. And Jalen Green subbed in for Booker. .116 left in the third quarter here. Brooks against Tatum. Hauser right side. Wide open. Boston again missing.
You got to move past that one. I mean, they'd want him to take that again.
Yeah, it's a great look for him. One they'll try and manufacture again. Those are the shots you want him to take.
And their offensive game plan is clear. Get it inside and go to work.
Pick by Vucevic. Inside. And the power finish by Vucevic.
How about Tatum shredding the D with his passing? So effective in pick and rolls.
.43 seconds left in the third. Here's Gillespie, defended by Pritchard. Pass to Allen, lets it go from deep. Boston pulls it in. Vucevic has got his fourth rebound in this one. And the basket by Brown. Brown's got 5.
They allowed him to establish deep position. You just can't do that.
And they need better team defense. How about your man in the post? It takes multiple guys to stop him.
Outside, Green. Misses the 3. And so it's Jason Tatum making highlights for Boston, helping them space the floor. 2 triples in that quarter. 3 for the game. Back to the game after this break. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist to the game.
This is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection between teammates leading to the perfect pass.
Serving it up on a platter, that is a beautiful dish. And 2 teammates on the same page.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far. With this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. On the court for the Suns, getting the fourth quarter going. Green out there with Devin Booker. Then there's Grayson Allen, and it's Iguodaro in at the 5 spot. The shot by Dunn, no good. Boston has gone 6 of 14 from the perimeter tonight. Look at Brown, getting it done inside.
They are passing the ball around tremendously right now.
And it's the Suns with the ball. Now here's Booker. Takes a 3. Missed it. 4 for 8 in the contest. Here's Gonzalez. Fourth quarter of basketball. We're about a minute into it. Stolen by Booker. In deep. Booker gets it to go.
We know Book can hit those deep threes, but he's also effective around the rim.
Here's Brown.
Oh, my goodness.
How about that?
Was it just me, or was there a little bit extra on that slam by Brown?
A terrific view of that move captured on the connected cam, thanks to AT&T. And so it's Green who brings up the ball for the Phoenix Suns. Trailing by 2. Allen outside. Out to the right wing. From outside the arc. The shot by Dunn, no good. And the Celtics shooting an amazing 61%. Looking confident. And so the ball out of bounds. Brown touched it last. And the Suns will go for a different look here. Mark Williams, he's checked in for Iguodaro. O'Neal comes in for Dunn. Brooks, he's checked in for Allen. And Gillespie is subbed in for Green. And Jordan Ott decides to call timeout. He is not messing around, calling them into the huddle. now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Guys, over that last break, I listened to the Suns coach address his team. He told the guys to stay after it inside. He said our play inside is terrific right now. He said don't lose any of that intensity. Stay strong down there. It's always nice to hear a coach enjoying his team's play. Back to you.
As always, Allie, we thank you. Here's Williams. Here's Gillespie. Pass to O'Neal. Some nice ball movement by Phoenix. And that one's good for Brooks.
He was solid in the first half from deep. He's a guy who can get hot. Let's see how he does here in the second.
And so it's Tatum who brings up the ball for the Boston Celtics. It's a 1-point game. Now Vucevic. Oh, he goes to the glass with that one.
Their defense just falls apart once the ball goes inside.
Phoenix has gone only 1 of 4 from the perimeter here in this fourth quarter. Williams, a screen on White. Booker. Oh, missed on the tray. The Celtics have gone a perfect 3 for 3 here in the fourth. Can't get it.
Just outworking the shooter, keeping the shot off target and bagging the rebound.
Yes, sir! Bank it in the layup.
As we've seen Booker develop into an all-NBA player, it's really been his passing that we've seen the biggest increase.
Tatum feeling it out a bit. Picked by Vucevic. Takes a three. Tatum drills the three.
Some players shrink when the pressure's on, but he lives for these moments.
The Suns trailing. Now Booker. Puts up the tray. Brown pulls down the board.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
On the wing, Tatum. Brooks defending. Vucevic, screen on Brooks. Williams rips down the board. And for the Suns, their shooting has been excellent so far, around 56%. It's good from beyond the arc.
And this team is counting on Brooks in big-time moments. And guess what? Dillon delivers.
And this is exactly who Tatum is, someone who doesn't back down from taking the big shots.
White against Booker. Williams, a screen on White. Booker! Oh, the long ball, no good!
He hasn't been able to find his touch this quarter.
Yes.
Oh, my goodness! Throw it down!
Come on! It's been great to see guys who don't back down under pressure.
He knew what they needed here and was determined to deliver.
The Suns have gone 4 for 10 in the fourth. And Jordan Ott decides to call timeout. There is a lot on the line. And he is determined to make sure everyone's on the same page. Booker. Look at Booker elevate.
And Booker is made for these moments. What a big-time bucket.
Expect them to take their time to strip down.
Yeah, B.A. The clock is theirs to burn.
Tatum. Oh, dishes it off the glass.
The guy you want taking this shot. Tatum gets fired up and delivers.
Booker against White. Booker showing some fight on the interior.
And since going to the finals back in 2021, Booker's earned the reputation of a winning player.
And so they choose to intentionally foul. And he commits the intentional foul. So the first one drops, and that'll put him up 2. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 3-point game.
And those were some big-time shots. Those free throws helping make this a 3-point game.
And the timeout called here by Jordan Ott. And a great call on his part. This is the time you want to be in sync right here. White against Booker. Williams, a screen on White. Now a pass to Williams. Vucevic with a steal. And there's the intentional foul. No choice but to stop the clock here.
Yeah, just a must-foul situation to stop the clock.
And no good, as the first free throw misses. We'll see if he can hit the second. And he can't make the second free throw either. Missed them both.
And looking to even the score with a huge 3.
That's their only option. They have to get a good look from deep here.
So it's a narrow victory for the Celtics, pulling it out for the W. What a performance they have here at home today.
I'll tell you what, these are the ones that are so nice to win and so tough to lose. I love being on the edge of my seat, never knowing what would happen next.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Richard Jefferson, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson. Thank you for being with us. And now let's take a look at our player of the game, Jason Tatum.